Okay, we just jumped right into the puppy pictures. We always had plenty of puppies. Rebel and Dixie had a litter about twice a year, 10 to 12 puppies each time. This is at Rose Hill Road, 403 Rose Hill Road in the early 60s. There's Jean and Dawn in the backyard. Dawn's inspecting the litter of puppies. There's Dixie. She was the proud mother of all the puppy dogs. There's Dawn. She's going to check things out. She's going to pet one of the puppies, of course. And we always had plenty of them for her to pet. There's Rebel and Dixie. That's the proud parents. They were fine German Shepherds. That's the backyard in Rose Hill Road and the dog house, and of course puppies all over the place. There was always one or two white puppies in the litter. Dixie was a cross between a black and tan and a white German Shepherd, so we always had some white ones. One of them got a dirty butt there, but it's the way puppies were, and we had some silver and black and some black and tans. They were always good dogs. Rebel wasn't that patient with them, but he was a fine dog. He was a smart dog too. I tell you, about 14 dogs in a backyard, even though it's a big backyard, can get a little messy sometimes. But they were fun to raise, and never had any problem selling them. Got anywhere from 15 to 25 bucks a piece, and they went like hotcakes every time we had them. One reason because Rebel was such a prime German Shepherd. He wasn't real big, but he was good size and very smart. Just a good dog. It's chow time, and they really like to go at it. Now we're at Christmas time. There's my sister Minnie Lou and her husband Sandy down at Mother's, looks like. There's George's first wife Gail, and my first wife Charlotte, and my last wife too. There's my mother. This was in the mid-60s, early 60s. And there's my brother George, winding up the camera. George Jr. Of course, that'd be George's boy. He was a good kid. That's my sister Minnie Lou, and telling about it. Looks like somebody got a cowboy hat. Somebody got some baby clothes there, looks like. There's my wife Charlotte, a beautiful woman. George in the background with his video camera fixing to get after things. Looks like Dad on the floor there checking things out. George Jr. with his hat and his rifle. Now he's ready to go. George's daughter Beth. Mother's holding her. Now George has got the hat and the rifle. I guess Dad's got to play with some of the toys on Christmas. Miss Charlotte, that dark black hair, beautiful woman. There's my younger brother Van checking out what mini Lou has. I'm not in the picture naturally because I'm making the pictures. Picture taker don't get his picture taken much. George in that little hat. And here we are. That's Miss Reed holding Dawn, and of course that's Connie with her. And we're back in Forestdale now, I believe. There's Miss Charlotte. That beautiful blue dress. There's Miss Reed and Dawn. Dawn's not wanting to cooperate very much. But this must be Easter Sunday. Look like Dawn's about a year old maybe. Or maybe not quite that much, but probably her first Easter. Here comes Gene. He's ready to go. Connie all dialed up there ready. One thing about it, we was all a lot slimmer back then. Looked a lot better than we do now, maybe. There's Dawn holding there. There I am holding Dawn. I did get my picture taken on Easter. Short hair and everything. Dawn's having to get her bonnet adjusted there just a little bit. Dawn and Jean and Connie, Charlotte. Getting a little glare off. These film are old. There's all of that. Looks like this is a continuation of that. And not doing too well either. It didn't last long. There's George Jr. We must be back down at Mother's. Oh, 8mm film. That's better than nothing, I guess, but they're not that good. Or maybe it was our camera, maybe it was the age of the film now. It's getting kind of old. That's been about 40 years ago. I guess we should be proud that it kept as well as it did. George Jr.'s having a time with something there. There's George Jr. and Daddy. There we all sitting on the front porch down at Mother's, and there's Connie and Charlotte, and there's Mother. And there's the old chicken house in the backyard. Looks like we all getting ready to go or something. There's, of course, Daddy in the backyard. Yeah, somebody looking for Easter eggs in the front yard. There's Sandy. That was James Ivy's first wife. She died very young after 2 children. Of course, Charlotte. And that's James Ivy. Grew up, he was just like a brother. Charlotte and Daddy and George Jr. and Gail all in the backyard there at Dad's. Looked like we're going to put up a badminton net and play a little badminton. There's Lassie. That was my childhood dog, and she was a good one. Loved to chase sticks, rocks, cans, firecrackers, anything you could throw, she'd go get it. She'd wear you out. She's a good dog. Looked like she had a little border collie in her. There's Dad and George Jr. Mother. Okay, look like the badminton game is about to begin. George Jr. don't know too much about that, but he'll be a cheerleader. Mother captured him. Good picture of the floor, looks like. Must have been changing film or something, I ain't no telling. But anyway, the badminton game's on. Well, this trying to figure out where we are. Backyard at 403 Rose Hill Road. That's where we are. That was a nice little house. So the owners of it now have it painted a putrid looking blue, a bright blue. There's Miss Charlotte. This looks like maybe at her mom's house. Christmas time, wherever we are. There's Miss Connie. She got her a new coat with a fur collar on it. She looks happy. There's George Jr. again, so we're apparently back at Mother's. But I'm not sure about that. But anyway, there's the whole gang again. Mother got her a new coat with a fur collar on it. Must have been fur collar year. There's that good picture of Dad. George and Gail. George's pretty tall. Gail and George Jr. There's Miss Charlotte. Sister Minnie. Lou. Checking out the good smelling perfume, I guess. Mother in the kitchen, cooking up some good victuals. Always had a feast at her house on holidays. Miss those days too. George Jr. in his first car. He's ready to go. Oh, so come on, Mama. Let me go. Give me my teddy bear here and I'll take him for a ride. Teddy bear is bigger than George Jr. Just can't figure out how to make this thing go. Well, I believe we found the gear shift over here. If we can just figure out how to make the motor run. Now we got it made. Another picture of James, Ivy, and Sandy. Sandy was a lovely young lady. My sister, she wasn't bad either. But James Ivy, like I say, he was just like a brother. There's Sandy, Lou's first husband. Well, really her only husband. She's only been married once, but anyway. There's Miss Charlotte. That's my first wife right there, and my last. This looks like the house at West End. There's Jean, Connie, Jean and Charlotte. Trying to get them to act up a little bit. Man, look at that old television. Uh-oh, there's a tiger tail. Christmas time again. That sofa sure is blue. Nice pole lamp. There's Charlotte and Connie. They've been in there meditating on something. Probably never mind. But anyway, that's and there's Charlotte and Dawn. Dawn got her little red suit on. It's Christmas time. Her first Christmas, I'm sure. Poor thing just didn't have any hair. And don't look all that happy about things right this minute either. That's friends of Jean and Connie and their baby. Charlie's wife, I think. Charlotte trying to get Dawn to punch out the roly-poly clown there. Dawn's having a little trouble staying with the program here. Okay, now we're going to get her all dressed up. Oh, I wish we had sound with this. That's got to be a cute little song Charlotte's singing. And like I say, that's Charlie's little boy, or little baby, I'm not sure. Boy, girl. But anyway, here we go again. This is same house, West End. Still got that album too. Lynn Anderson's Promises, Promises. Oldie but a goodie. And we may be in Forestdale here, I'm not sure. film editor didn't do too good a job when he put these tapes all together. Need to give him a good talking to, I expect. Yeah, I believe we're in Forestdale now. Yeah, here we go. Here's Rebel and Dixie. Back at Rose Hill Road. We just jump around with these things, but anyway, glad we got them. Bring back fond memories. Of course, we got puppies. Always had puppies. It seems like. Miss Dixie, she was a pretty thing. There's old Kingpin up there, Rebel. He chewing on something. Whatever it is, he is too, and nobody's gonna get it away from him. Well, Dixie's already eaten hers, and she's wanting Rebels, but she knows better. Puppy hadn't learned yet, but he will. Dixie's gonna rough him up now for not sharing with her. Grass looks a little high there in the backyard. I don't know why somebody hadn't cut it. Scared to get in there for the dogs, I guess. There we are again, Miss Charlotte. Coming out of the Rose Hill Road, getting in that Chevrolet automobile. Had a 1964 Impala